Grandpa did?
Grandpa. And he says to me, I guess we were outside or something, I don't know, maybe it was the summertime, and he said, always remember this. See the stars and see the moon? It has to have some kind, it's always in order. There has to be someone directing that order. Everything is in order, constantly in order. And it comes and it goes, and it comes and it goes. Never forget that. God is always there. And I thought, oh.
No doves, but.
That. And then I always saw my dad as a kid. I was sneaking around a lot. Because I was the oldest one, I felt it was my obligation to do that. And I always tried to overhear it. I'd sneak around, I'd crawl actually, just to hear my dad and mother talk. And those other kids were just back over there somewhere. And they were too young, and so I figured I knew. Well, anyway, I would sneak in there and I would see my dad every morning. I don't know about night because he didn't go to bed till real late. Every morning I saw him kneeling at the side of his bed. Every single morning that I crawled in there to observe.
Wow.
Yeah. So that impressed me a great deal. But I still wondered. And then I really wasn't believing it. And then I've told your dad this a million times. I've told a lot of priests and things like that. I'm not so sure. Then I've come to this conclusion. I don't care if there's nothing there or not. I still appreciate what I've had.
Oh. I
still think it's wonderful. I know there is a God. I know that there is a God doing all this, because this is not a mistake. This couldn't possibly have just happened.
Oh, right.
All of this, even the muscles in your hand alone.
Right.
The whole astounding. Just astounding. Look at that. How can I do that? The way everybody is made. The way you look at people on TV even. They all have two eyes, they have a nose, they have a mouth, they have hair. They all look different.
Yeah.
And genetically, when they're seeing, anthropologists, when they just see bones, there's only one thing they can tell. One thing. Not whether the person was a black person or an Oriental or anything. They could tell only one thing, whether it was male or female. That's it. That is the only thing they can tell.
Oh my gosh, I never thought of it that way.
And all this other crap that they're trying to throw at you, Well, have you tried have black people been included in the
study.
Trials?
Yeah.
For the, maybe they might react differently. Well, anybody can react differently. An allergic, I could act differently.
Yeah.
Who knows? You're going to have some people that are going to be allergic to it. I was allergic to the smallpox vaccination.
Oh.
They gave it to me 3 times. I had a festering sore on my arm for 1 full year. And I was such a skinny little kid. And the thing was as big as my arm. And there was a bandage there. Well, that was first grade. Finally, and then I have a big, wide, shiny spot. Now, I'll have that forever.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. But anyway.
Well, what about your...
So I decided that there probably, I just love God and and Jesus and I've been praying that born again in my soul
Mhm.
this Christmas. And I've been praying about that. And I can't tell the difference between praying about that or thinking about it and feeling about it, you know? And sometimes I don't feel a thing, and sometimes I do, and I don't know if it's just plain ordinary conjuring up because I got an imagination or what.
Mhm.
And I decided, you know what, I'm not worrying about a thing. What I'm gonna do, and what I have done, put my hand in God's hand. If you're there, here's my hand. And I just plain trust in God, and that's it. That's all she
Plain-
wrote.
Plain
I
and simple.
trust in Him, period.
Yeah. What about, I know that you said that you felt that Grandma Save came after.
Oh, indeed she did, right there.
Was that for Trisha?
Patricia and John were sitting on that thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her as good, and you know, Shirley Christensen had you know, she was a little on the outer side too.
Mm-hmm.
And she came over that night because it was in December.
Oh.
It had to be. She came over for some reason, I don't know why.
Uh-huh.
And Dad was playing poker and everybody else was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, these two little kids everybody was in their room. And she came over, and when she came in, she was in the hallway, and she said, "Who else is here?" I said, "Just you and me. The kids are all," well, I said, there's 8 kids back there, but she said, "No, I don't mean that. Somebody else is here." So I told her about Grandma's something.
Wow. That's really cool. To have that knowledge and, you know, so deep in your heart. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And just to more of an affirmation, you know, that there are.
They're looking after you.
Yeah.
I almost got hit by a car when I was in first grade too. Crossing Ashland Avenue, we had a traffic cop there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I still remember getting caught up by the cop like this, and the car, you know, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh my God.
And I was the first one in school, and my mother had an 8th grader supposedly taking care of me, but she didn't take real good care of me.
She kind of fell short that day.
Yeah. She was talking to her friends, you know how an 8th grader kid, oh, you know, the little kids, the cop will stop them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was funny.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, I still remember that. And my brother, I remember my brother coming too. I had a brother.
Oh, that's right. He was the youngest.
Michael was his name. Michael William.
He was the youngest,
He was
right?
born in 36. He was born in 1937. Lived for, I don't know, half a day.
Really?
Mother had toxemia.
Oh.
Mother was as big as a house. And when she came home after 4 weeks, she was in the hospital that long, they almost lost her.
Oh my gosh.
She was as thinner than I am right now. Or so it appeared to me
Yeah,
as a kid.
I know, as a kid, yeah.
And the baby was little bitty.
Oh.
Mother said his head was as big as an apple. That's it.
Oh.
But he did live that long enough for that. Anyway.
Where's he buried at?
Huh?
Where is he buried?
He's buried in Mount Calvary, where Mother and Dad and Aunt Eva and,
Oh, the whole family.
huh?
The whole family.
Not my mother's dad and mother,
Carol.
Dorothy is at Mount Calvary too, but someplace else. And
In the neighborhood.
Virginia's there too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think Virginia's there because that was strange, that family, the camps. That wasn't like Connie. Connie was just so struck because Jenny was gone.
Oh.
And Kevin's wife kind of took over. And
Kevin
they had
Camps.
a private ceremony. And what's more, who could they include that was more private than the three of us sisters?
They didn't include you?
No, not for the burial.
What?
No,
For Jenny?
that's right.
That's weird.
I thought it was weird.
Did you guys have a mass?
Yeah, there was a mass, and there was a reception immediately following, and then there was to be a private
Burial.
and we don't even know where it was at the time. Maybe we did eventually, but I don't remember now.
I don't know if Norma had her
Private.
service was just beautiful.
Oh, Virginia's was a very nice service.
I'll
It
show
was
you it.
mass
Have
and
you seen it?
everything.
Have
Huh?
you seen her service?
Huh?
Have you seen Aunt Norma's service?
No, and I don't know.
No, I'm just saying just the talk, not the entire service, just what Joe had to say. And
Yeah, well, I've read what Joe had to say several times.
Oh, Joe and Michael? Oh,
Very wonderful.
the song?
I can't bring it to mind right now.
It's, so he had a poem. Michael did a poem, but he,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, it was beautiful. It was just,
He's with his dad right now.
Michael is?
Yeah, Michael. He came, he called here a night or two ago.
Oh, I should give
Michael did.
Duff a call.
I want to call the Costins because they must be hurting this.
Oh, hey, let's call him right now. All right.
And not fool around with Dad and. Oh, that's